everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger, here with my new Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, October 17th through Sunday, October 23rd, 2022. For this week's Empowered Moments video, we will be using the Universal Celtic Tarot, which is by Christina Scagliati, for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from a brand new deck. I'm really excited to use it. It is called The Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. So this is going to be the first time that I've ever used it, either on a video or in my own personal life or with clients. So we're going to see how the cards kind of come out, and I can't wait to kind of take a look. I did already cleanse them and bless them and shuffle them pretty well so that they're not all in order, and we'll see how that goes. But for the moment, let us go ahead and do an empowered moment before we start. So let's get comfortable in our chairs or on your bed or wherever you're at. Close your eyes, relax your body, and clear your mind of all thoughts. Focus on the present moment, the here and now. And let's visualize, sense, or see, or feel, or just know that you're surrounded in golden white light, the golden white light of unconditional love, compassion, peace, guidance, protection, universe, source, God, great spirit, all that is. Let's take in a deep breath. Breathing in that golden white light, breathing in that love, that peace to every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Silently in your mind, calling in your angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the highest vibration of light, and focusing now on the energies of Libra and Scorpio. Libra is the sign of relationships, partnerships, balance, harmony, equality, compromise, diplomacy. Scorpio is the energy of digging down deep beneath the surface, exploring your psyche, exploring your shadow side, merging with another, as in soulmate relationship. It's also a money that focuses on other people's resources or the sharing of those resources with another. Scorpio, the sign that rules clairsentience, deep psychic insights, intensified intuition, exploring the mysteries of life. And this week we're going to be merging those two energies together, as most of the week we have a heavy emphasis on Libra, relationships, partnerships, interacting with other people, finding that balance and harmony within yourselves and in connecting with others. And near the end of the week, both the Sun and Venus, the Sun, the ruler of our self-identity, confidence, courage, how we shine our light, and Venus, the ruler of love, relationships, finances, money, and personal resources. Those two planets are moving into Scorpio. So let's focus on that balance. Let's focus on equality and harmony and peacemaking and being diplomatic, but also being able to communicate decisively when need be, making decisions when need be, and focusing on that energy of Scorpio, where we're going down deep into the shadows of our own psyche, understanding more deeply and completely our own patterns, our own fears, where we need healing. And Scorpio, paying attention to our psychic impressions and intuitions of guidance when we do need to make decisions. Let's breathe that intention in deeply to every cell of our body, asking that the Scorpio energies later this week assist us with transformation, regeneration, transmuting lower energies and moving in the most positive and beneficial way through a death and rebirth of ourselves, and a stepping into our power, reclaiming our power, and empowering ourselves as we move forward on our paths. One last deep, healing, cleansing, balancing breath. Whenever you're ready in your own time, you can open your eyes and come back to this time and place. That was a little bit longer of an empowered moment. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at our stones of choice for the week. So the first stone of choice is honey calcite. So a honey calcite is going to be beneficial for clarity of insight and action, for confidence, persistence, for intellectual power, for increasing our sense of self-worth, and our sense of leadership. So it's that solar plexus chakra, isn't it? Our sense of power, personal power. Okay. Stone number 2, this is angel aura. Oh, I can see that shining in the camera. I hope you can. Angel aura. This helps with communication with our angels and guides and spiritual teachers. Of course, it's like that crown chakra stone. It's got that kind of whitish kind of color for the crown chakra. It helps with peace and tranquility and optimism and joy and spiritual love and light. Okay. And then our last stone of choice is orange selenite. We often see selenite, right? That beautiful white colored kind of gypsum stone. This is orange selenite. The color orange comes from the fact that there's hematite energies or hematite in the selenite, which is what then gives it that orange color. The orange selenite is considered a stone of passion. It activates the sacral chakra, right? And therefore it activates our creative power, our pleasure center, our sense of sexuality. It's a stone that helps us to calm and soothe the emotions. And it also helps with spiritual awakening. Okay, so let's look at those one more time here. We've got the honey calcite. We've got the angel aura. And we've got the orange selenite. Okay, now there's a lot going on astrologically this week. So a lot of it's Libra till we get towards the end of the week. Right now we have Mercury, Venus, and the Sun all in Libra. And on Monday the 17th, we start out with that Venus in Libra. Venus, the planet of love, relationships, money, and finances, our values, our sense of self-worth. But she's in the partnership sign of Libra right now, looking for balance and equality and peace, right? In her interactions with others. She inconjuncts Neptune on Monday. Neptune is the planet of spirituality and higher intuition and magic, but it also rules illusion, confusion, and delusion. And this is an inconjunct, so there's a little bit of a challenge there when we're trying to merge the energies of Venus and Libra with Neptune in Pisces. So it has the feeling of not feeling clear on our relationships. It could be about money and finances too, but Venus is in Libra right now. So it's really the partnership and relationship sign of the zodiac. So we may have a lack of clarity about our relationships. We may feel fuzzy, we may feel deluded, we may feel confused, we're not really quite sure what to do, we're trying to figure things out with that inconjunct to Neptune. Now, on the other side, again, if we look at the most positive aspects of Neptune, even though it's an inconjunct, we could say that something, as long as we kind of surrender and have faith and trust the universe, something magical can be happening. Now, whether it's something magical happening in the relationship or whether something's magical is happening somehow in regards to the relationship is going to remain to be seen. Also on Monday the 17th, the Sun in Libra is in a positive connection to Mars in Gemini. Now, Mars is the warrior planet, energy, action, forward movement, but he's in Gemini, which is a vacillating sign, right? It's the sign of the twins. So it can vacillate from one side to the other. Gemini is a sign that rules the mind, our intellect, our thoughts, our perceptions. Again, it can kind of vacillate back and forth. Now, this is a positive connection. So again, the Sun in Libra brings up partnerships and relationships. The positive trine to Mars might mean that there's positive forward movement in communications and sharing our thoughts and ideas and perceptions with other people. We could also be moving forward on new ideas like projects that we're working on, new ideas in the career or the life path or our job or whatnot. But it's going to, again, involve other people. So whether it's partner other people, family other people, friendship or business relations, other people, there's other people involved here. And then on Tuesday the 18th, it's Venus in Libra's turn to connect by trine or a positive aspect to Mars in Gemini. So again, there's still this supportive energy in the communication area because, again, Gemini is an air sign, so it's all about the mind, the mental realm. Libra, where all these planets are right now, is also one of the signs of the mental realm, thoughts, ideas, communications. And Libra likes balanced, harmonious communication. Gemini likes to look at all the possibilities and kind of really look at all sides to a situation. So it's good for that kind of a communication conversation with others. Again, whether it's a romantic relationship, business, family, or friendship. Now on Wednesday the 19th, things start to get a little bit more, maybe we'll say challenging. We have on Wednesday the Sun in Libra, and it's challenging Pluto. Now, this is a square aspect. Squares are challenging. Pluto in and of itself can be a challenging energy to deal with. Death and rebirth, power and control, transformation, regeneration, transmuting, elimination. I mean, it's all of these very heavy-duty words. And so with the Sun in Libra squaring Pluto, there may be some disempowerment energies or power and control energies or hugely difficult transformational energies maybe within relationship matters. Again, we're always talking about all kinds of relationships here with Libra. Also on Wednesday, Mercury, which is also in Libra, and Mercury rules the mental realm anyway. Mercury does rule our thoughts, ideas, communications, and messages and knowledge. And so Mercury in Libra, bringing up the idea of communication and relationships, is opposing Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. So we're having interactions with other people that are bringing up old wounds for us, insecurities, doubts, fears, anxieties, etc. Old wounds, old patterns are rising to the surface, but maybe with that opposition to Mercury and Libra, we're able to communicate them a little bit better, talk about them with the other person rather than holding it all in. Libra likes to communicate. And then also on Wednesday, Venus in Libra is challenging Pluto as well. So not only is the Sun in Libra challenging Pluto by square, Venus in Libra is challenging Pluto by square. So again, it just emphasizes that Wednesday looks like it's going to be quite a heavy-duty processing, healing sort of day where we need to take back our power, or where we might be feeling disempowered. There might be some transformational energies milling about, old wounds coming up. So if you can take the time off, I would say take a sick day on Wednesday, because you might be doing a lot of processing on that day, or again, processing with another person. Then we're going to skip to Saturday the 22nd. Saturday the 22nd, we've got Mercury in Libra, and now it's going to be in conjunct Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus is about sudden, unexpected redirections of energy, freedom, liberation, the strange, the unusual, surprises, things you didn't expect, right? Expect the unexpected with Uranus. So this is in the area of communications again, because it's with Mercury and Libra. So our idea for peaceful, harmonious communications might be knocked sideways, so to speak, with something unexpected that comes in with Uranus. And it doesn't even mean that the something unexpected is from the other person that you're trying to communicate with. It could be some outside situational circumstance that happens that you're not expecting, that kind of deters what you're doing and trying to, communicate with somebody. So it could play out in many different ways, but there could be surprising revelations. There could be this communication or speaking forth of liberating yourself, or just wanting freedom and independence in some way, wanting a change. So there's a lot of things going on there. Also on Saturday, the Sun in Libra is going to be connecting to Venus in Libra. So they're both coming together at the same degree in Libra. Now that's a pretty nice, actually, aspect. The Sun in Libra, Venus in Libra coming together, it feels like we're on the same page. We're able to really interact and share what we're thinking, and communicate all different angles, possibilities, and mindsets, and really kind of work through something. We also have on Saturday Mercury in Libra in a positive connection to Saturn. And Saturn's in Aquarius right now. Saturn rules responsibility. It can rule limitations, delays, restrictions, but it can also rule restructuring and, again, responsibility. And it's the ruler of karmic lessons, right? Saturn's known as the karmic teacher of lessons. Now, this is a positive aspect, though, with Mercury. So whatever's going on earlier in the day with Mercury and Uranus giving us some surprises, that nice aspect to Saturn a little bit later in the day can help us to kind of get back on track, to help us to get focused again, grounded again. And the thing is that also on Saturday, the last thing that happens is that Saturn is turning back to direct motion at 18 degrees of Aquarius. So it's magnifying Saturn's energies, which to me is about karmic lessons. And are we learning what we need to learn? Are we understanding what we need to understand? Are we taking responsibility for our part in things and where we need to take responsibility? Now, this isn't necessarily part of the aspects of this week, but it's part of the aspects of this whole month of October, is that Saturn is in a challenging square to Uranus. And so I bring that up because if Saturn's turning direct at 18 degrees of Aquarius, this is the point in time where it's going to start moving away now, very slowly. So it's still, I'm going to say 2, 3, maybe even 4 more weeks. Saturn will be within range of squaring Uranus. But it's going to start to separate even more. It never really came all the way together, but we were definitely feeling it because Saturn is the past. And Saturn is the old way of doing things. And Saturn is our karmic lessons. And Uranus is the future way, a new way, liberate yourself, free yourself, awaken yourself. And it wants to move in a different direction. So there's been like past versus future pretty much for all of September and all of October kind of going on here, where we're sort of at a crossroads. And now that Saturn's turning direct, it's like, boom, get the lessons so you can move on. Whether that's releasing them from your psyche and your energy field and moving on, or whether it's within a situation or circumstance that you need to get a lesson and take responsibility and be able to let that situation or circumstance, whether you need to let that go and kind of move on. So there's, very interesting aspects here this week. And then on Sunday, the 23rd, is when both Venus and the Sun move into Scorpio. So there's a shift of energy here. Things become deeper. Things become more intense. Things become about our own sense of power and empowerment and delving into the shadows of our psyche. And Scorpio can also be about obsessions and compulsions and again, the shadow side of fears and anxieties and doubts and insecurities. So we're starting to leave the Libra balanced energy behind as of Sunday. Now, Mercury will still be in Libra, but Venus and the Sun will both move into Scorpio. And then later on Sunday, after they've moved into Scorpio, they're going to be making that odd kind of inconjunct to Jupiter in Aries. And Jupiter likes to expand the energies. Jupiter likes to expand what it's touching. Now, Jupiter can be known as the planet of blessings, abundance, and prosperity, but it can also exaggerate energies and be dramatic, and depending on what kind of connection it's making and what planets it's connecting to. So again, this is an inconjunct. We have to sort of try to merge the energies in the most positive way, but these energies of Scorpio, where Sun and Venus are, don't easily mix with the Aries energy where Jupiter is. Aries is fiery and passionate and initiating and leadership oriented, take charge, and it's just that fiery sort of energy. And then we got that water of Scorpio. And so it's kind of a difficult sort of aspect here to where we might really need to do the Jupiter thing, which is look at things from a different perspective, expand our belief systems to look at things a little bit differently. So this might be about relationships, it might be about financial situations, it could be about other things as well. But those things with the planets and the signs that are involved seem to be the ones that take precedence. So that was a lot so far. Let's take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the Universal Celtic Tarot. So the first card that came out, is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is, to me, it's about making a decision, because swords is the suit of the mental realm, thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications. This woman in this card is not holding the swords, but she's got the swords, one on either side of her. She's actually looking straight ahead. It's almost as if she wants to ignore that she has to make a decision, because the swords to me is representing one choice versus another choice. She's sitting there just looking straight ahead. She's not holding her swords. She's not looking at her swords. So perhaps she doesn't want to look at the situation. She doesn't want to deal with the situation. Maybe it's, she doesn't look overwhelmed necessarily, but maybe she's overwhelmed and it's just too much. She's not sure what to do, what decision to make. So she's kind of choosing to put her attention elsewhere, so to speak. But this does kind of talk about needing to look at both sides of a situation and kind of weighing the pros and cons and looking at the idea of, if I need to make a decision, what decision am I going to make? Now, it's interesting that in this card, which is a card of the mental realm, she's sitting in front of a body of water. So that to me suggests that our emotions are intertwined with this decision. It's not just the mental level stuff going on, but it's the emotional body stuff going on as well. So emotions and thoughts both are kind of in the mix here. We also have this crescent moon back here. Now, I don't know, I can't really tell, is that a waning moon or is that a waxing moon? We are, by the end of this week, we're nearing a new moon. So I'm going to choose to think that this is a waning moon. The moon is crescent. It's getting smaller. I think it's by next Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. So that's going to be a heavy duty kind of new moon energy, okay? So it might be that very shortly into next week or during next week, things are going to maybe come to a head where we do need to make a decision about something, or that there's, again, choices involved here, and we have to look at what those choices are all about. All right, is there anything else we can get from this? I see it's the night sky, right? So to me, it brings up the mystery. It brings up looking deeply or more deeply into a situation, maybe even looking into, again, the psyche, right? It's like the mystery of the psyche, the divine feminine, right? It reminds me of the priestess almost, when I see this card, although it's not the priestess, but it's that kind of mysterious, intuitive feeling about it. And we do have that energy with Pluto going on in the middle of the week. So it's like delve into the mystery, connect with your higher intuition, and don't be afraid to look at whatever these two choices might be about and start figuring it out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second card. Second card, another swords card. This is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, I mean, that imagery kind of says it all. We've got a woman, she's kind of holding this man kind of up above the snow. It looks like he's half buried in the snow. It looks like he's either hurt or worse, and the swords around him. Now, normally the Three of Swords, oftentimes like in the traditional like Rider-Waite tarot, I believe, there's a heart and there's three swords in the heart. So this card is typically about wounds of the heart, wounds in relationship, that feel expanded, beyond, I don't know. I'm not going to say beyond where they should, because when we're wounded emotionally, we're just feeling what we feel, right? But the number 3 here kind of makes things bigger, and it expands and exaggerates the energy a little bit. And so here we have this man, this woman's trying to comfort or revive or take care of, or, just be a support to this person who's very wounded here. Now I'm going to say wounded, perhaps both mentally and emotionally, but this is a suit of the mind, right? So again, we've got a forest in the background, lots of trees, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a shadowy quality, but yet the light is shining through. So I'm going to say to be able to open your eyes and see the positive in whatever's happening, because this feels like there's something heavy duty happening, like there's something very upsetting happening here, perhaps. And maybe it's a result of whatever the choice is, the decision that you need to make. But this is like someone's going to be wounded, or both people are going to be wounded, both people are going to be hurt. There's something going on. There might be harsh words because, again, it's the suit of swords, so it's about communications as well. The 3 can exaggerate and dramatize things, so maybe think before you speak, and choose your words wisely and be sensitive, right? Libra, all this Libra stuff for most of the week wants to be a peacemaker and wants to be kind as they can. So choose your words wisely, because it looks like there's some difficult situation that's happening here. Okay, now the last card came out as 2 cards. Let's take a look there. The first of the 2 cards is the Magician card. Well, the Magician is that we create our own reality. Our thoughts create our own reality. So going back to the 2 Swords cards, right, about our thoughts, choose your thoughts wisely, choose your words wisely when you're communicating, choose your perceptions and how you're seeing a situation wisely. Because you have the power to create what comes next. You have the power to create the unfolding story in your life. And you have the power to change your mind. So the Magician has all these tools, right? You can see, again, this is kind of a shadowy card. They're not all kind of shadowy, but these cards so far are kind of shadowy. So again, to me, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative, because the shadow to me can be the mystery, right? The magician is mysterious. The magician is magical. He's creating his own reality through magic. And he's using all of his tools, the wand, the cup, the pentacle, what's the other one? Wand, pentacle, cups, what am I missing? Swords. So typically we've got all of the suits of the minor arcana that are his tools that he's using. He's using the emotional realm, the mental realm, the physical realm, and the spiritual realm as he's creating his reality. Now he's holding his wand pretty confidently, so he has confidence that he can, create something worthy, create something good for himself. Again, we've got the mystery of the night in the background. So to me, this is like the goddess energy. To me, the brightness is more the masculine, and the nighttime and the stars, the night sky is more of the feminine. So we've got this goddess energy, even though the magician is most likely masculine in nature. So we've got this ability to nurture and create, which is what the divine feminine is all about. I don't know what this is in the background, but my eyes keep going back here. Like this is almost like a spirit or a guardian or an angel or an ascended master or something like that that's assisting the magician, therefore assisting you in creating your own reality, okay? So use your tools, use your mind, call in your spirit helpers to assist you to be confident and to create a divine reality for yourself. Now, there was a card that came out with the magician. Let's see what that is. Okay, another major arcana. This is the Hanged Man. Okay, the Hanged Man. A little bit brighter, right? We got some sunshine. We got some fall colors in this tree. Of course, the Hanged Man is always hanging upside down, which is about looking at things from a different perspective. So again, whatever's happening here, especially here, whatever's happening, we need to look at it from a higher perspective or a different perspective. We need to kind of shift ourselves upside down, backwards, sideways, and look at things again from that spiritual perspective. Why is this really happening? What does this really mean? Where is it really taking me? What am I supposed to be seeing that I'm not seeing? And sometimes the Hanged Man can be about surrender too, where you just might have to surrender and go with the flow. It came out with the Magician, so you're creating your own reality, but you might on some level have to surrender because the universe is also helping you to create it. Like you're the creator, but you're co-creating with the universe. So on some level, you're needing to surrender to what is unfolding, and you may have to trust and have faith because what it is that you're desiring to create may slightly be varied by the universe knowing what's in your highest and best interest. Okay? So another way to say that is your higher soul self also knows what's in your highest and best interest. And that may waver a little bit from what the ego seems to want or desire. So the fall colors, well, we're kind of in fall right now here in the northern hemisphere. Those of you in the southern hemisphere, you're a half a year away from this fall energy. So I feel like for those of us in the northern hemisphere, this energy is happening now as far as surrender, let go, see things from a different or higher perspective. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, there of course something happening now, but it may not be complete or play out, or it's going to be revisited as you move into your fall, which is in about 6 months. The other thing about the Hanged Man is sometimes it can be a martyr. So it's like, don't surrender so much that you're giving up what you want, right? Don't just be, is it complacent is the word, is it? Where you're just like, okay, I'm just going to surrender and, I feel like I can't make a decision, so I'm just going to surrender and stay where I'm at. That might not be what's in your highest and best interest. So don't give up what it is that you really desire for yourself and in your life and what you desire to experience. Look at what's happening from a higher perspective or a different perspective, but you still may need to make those choices, and you still may need to use your mind, your intellect, coupled with the assistance from your angels and guides to create a new reality, or create the next step, create something new here. This is the green man in this particular card. So to me, that green is heart chakra energy. Stay in your heart chakra. If you're going to surrender into unconditional love, surrender into unconditional compassion, surrender into unconditional forgiveness for yourself as well as other people. Stay in the heart chakra, and that's probably going to assist you the best as you move forward. All right, let's take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. For those of you that chose the honey calcite, let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you for a special message. Honey calcite. Special message for honey calcite. This one's calling my attention. I know it's right on the bottom. It says foggy bog, and it says patience, okay? So yeah, that Hanged Man is saying, okay, there might be a little surrendering here to where it's not the time of action. I mean, the Magician can be an active card because you're creating a new reality. But with the Hanged Man right behind it, it might say that the creation of the new reality might take a little bit of time. So have a little bit of patience. Like, don't push, don't rush. Just kind of check things out, like the Hanged Man is. Check out what's going on and looking at things from these different vantage points. And, the foggy bog kind of indicates that, again, maybe there's a lack of clarity. There's a lack of seeing the truth, or there's a lack of seeing where you need to go next. A lack of seeing the decision that needs to be made and which one is correct for you. So maybe the Hanged Man is surrendering right now, saying, okay, I'm just going to hang back until it becomes clear, until something becomes more clear to me. I'm going to have patience. Okay? And the universe will guide you, your angels and guides, your higher self will guide you as to when the fog lifts and the fog clears, and you're able to see then with new eyes and clarity what the best thing is to do. All right? Okay. Let's put that back in the deck. And for those of you that chose the Angel Aura, Angel Aura. Angel Aura. Special message for Angel Aura. Okay, this one keeps calling my attention in the middle here. So we'll pull that out. Ooh, Butterfly Spirit. I love that one. Butterfly Spirit and Transformation. Woohoo. All right, so we've got the feminine spirit, the feminine butterfly spirit here in the middle of this clamshell. So now the clamshell, I don't know, it just reminds me of Cancer. Cancer, the crab. I know it's not the clam, but it just, for some reason, Cancer popped into my mind. So this transformation that you're going through, whether it be personal or whether it be situational transformation, it may be, again, we're talking, it's actually a little over a half a year before we get to Cancer season again, because that's in June, July, right? So by the time we get to June, July, there's some sort of transformation that maybe is complete. The other thing that the clam can represent, or the oyster, I mean, this could be an oyster, I don't know, clamshell. So to me, it signifies the emotions, because clams, we find the clams in the water, in the ocean. And so it brings up our emotions. So we're going through emotional transformation. And as we go through that emotional transformation, we're spreading our wings like the butterfly. Butterflies as a totem means transformation. And it's about, coming out of your cocoon and shedding the old. And it's like joy and happiness, new birth to me. And so I feel like this energy here is telling you that all of those things are coming, going through a huge transformation. Not to mention that new moon solar eclipse that we have next week is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a sign of transformation, death and rebirth, right? Regeneration. So this is a positive, though, a very positive indication. Sometimes transformation, even though it's positive in the end, sometimes it's challenging to go through. So just know again that through the transformation, once you get to that end result, and we're always transforming, but in this particular case, once we get to the end result of this moment in time, whatever that time period is for this transformation, you're going to be in a much better, brighter, more confident place. And I just realized there's a pearl here in this clamshell or oyster, right? So the pearl is a pearl of wisdom. It's like you're gaining some sort of pearl of wisdom in this transformation. Or we could say it's a pearl of hope. So there's hope in the future of what lies ahead for you as you move through this transformation. All right, let's look at the special message for the orange selenite people. Orange selenite, special message for orange selenite. Okay, this one pops into my eyesight. It says Forest Temple Enlightenment. Isn't that beautiful? Forest Temple Enlightenment. And that almost looks like a great big lantern. Now this woman, this goddess, this priestess is next to the lantern. Usually we see like a small lantern, right? But this is a huge, like lighting my way and lighting my path and leading me to enlightenment kind of lantern. So this is about the light of the universe. It's about the light of your inner soul and spirit. This can be about activation of the light within yourself, or this can be about light upon the path. And again, that idea of choices and decisions. This is telling you that at some point you're going to, like the way is going to be lit up. The way is going to be highlighted for you. And in a big way. Like this is in a huge way, right? This is a huge lantern. And it's like lighting up all around her this forest temple. She's in the forest, right? You can see the trees back here. But it's so bright that you can even barely see the trees. So when you have that aha moment, when you have that epiphany, when the universe says, like, pay attention, we're lighting the way for you, or we're making it clear for you, or we're giving you the answers, there's not going to be any mistaking it. Like, it's going to be very clear when this sign comes in here, okay? All right. This can also be about lighting your own way. I also noticed that she's got a green kind of, I don't know if that's a pendant, but her heart chakra is also lit up in green. So just as we talked about again, with the green man, right? And the green man, actually, as I look at the green man card, he's got a light at his heart chakra here. She's got a green light at her heart chakra here. So something about staying in your heart right now, right? Staying in that place of unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness for yourself and other people is what's going to assist the most you moving towards that clarity and moving towards that enlightenment. Okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging in there on this long video. Lots of stuff to talk about. And thank you for your love and support and your comments. I will see you next week. And we're going to be moving into next month, the month of November. So we'll have a monthly Empowered Moments coming up shortly too. But the weekly for next week will be first, I am sure. So talk to you soon. Sending lots of love and light and healing to each and every one of you. Namaste.